Last night, a woman named Debbie for American Airlines in Myrtle Beach walked on the airplane. I walked up to her. There was a guy absolutely in her face at the gate. You've seen these scenarios unfold, haven't you? When flights are delayed, people are missing connections. People are all over her. She has already known, she's identified me because she walked up and welcomed me, and she said, "Are you Mr. Gilliland?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." This is when nothing was going bad. This is when everything was on time. And she said, "Thank you so much," she said, "for being who you are." And I said, "You're welcome." I said, "When you're ready to board," I said, "I'll be over there," because I get to board first. Everybody was all over her, and I walked up in the midst of all this. And by the way, I had waited to call a few people at Solver. I thought, let me solve it. But it was getting a little bit tenuous. So I simply walked up and I said, "Debbie," I said, "I need an estimation on the tire being changed, but I said, I'm talking to Concierge Key and they're telling me," and she said, "I know." And she said, "I am so sorry." I am so sorry. I said, "Well, I'm on the 7:42 departure. It's going to get into Charlotte at 8:50. My flight leaves to LA at 9. I said, "Could you do me a favor?" I said, "It's a regional carrier. It's a CRJ. I said, I'm not allowed to bring my bag on board. Would you make sure that I can get it on board?" She walked off that other plane and she said, "Everybody's good to go with it. Captain said he'll put it in his lap if he has to." She waited till I got on the plane, and she walked back, and here's exact words were, "Thank you so much, not for your loyalty, but for the way you reacted to this situation." Let me share this with you. Some days you overreact, some days you underreact. But I guess what I'm saying is we all react. React in a way that gives you an advantage. Have you ever seen a person overreact? So here's my principle. Number one, stop giving people permission to ruin your day. Nobody ruins your day without your permission. I got here last night at 12:40 in the morning. I paid $7,000 for a taxi. It seemed like it because I'm watching the meter going. And he's flying, man. We're in a Prius. He's driving a Prius like we're in a Dodge Charger with a 454 in it. And he wasn't a good driver. And I'm just hanging on. Then he says, "You want the air?" You ever have that moment like you're sweating? You can feel your hair getting wet from the sweat. And he says, "Do you want the air on?" No, I'm already soaking wet. Just leave it off. But I got here last night. I'm still in a pretty good mood because I'm like, yes, I did. I went, yes, I'm here. Walked in. There's nobody in the lobby, including the front desk. I got out of that front desk. You know what he said to me? As soon as he came out, he said, "You got a reservation?" I said, No. I said, "I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina this morning, and my first thought was, I should go to Huntington. You can't write this stuff." He looked at me and said, "Well, you're here." I said, "I have a reservation." He said, "Your last name?" I said, "Gilliland." So, it's just the way they react. Do you have well, how about like, "Hey, sir, how are you? Hey, sorry for the delay. Hey, sir, welcome." What happened to those days? Like in Houston one time, I walked in, a woman said, "Hey, how are you?" I said, "I'm doing great." She said, "I'm outstanding. Let's get you checked in." And then you have the other ones like that. It's just they don't even want to be there. Did you ever ask this question? Who hires them? Who in an interview says they're lethargic, they're apathetic, they have no personality? Let's put them at the front desk.